Shalom, everybody. Welcome back to Just the Milk. My name is Organic Nasah. Don't say the organic. And we're here. All praises due to the Most High in the name of His Son through the Ruach Kodash. Thank you, Father, for letting us have another episode. We're here on episode number 5. Give it up. Yeah, give it up for episode number 5. We're just happy to be here, man. We just happy to be here. The name of this episode is Manifesting is Mandatory for the Most High. Manifesting is mandatory for the Most High. This is just a basic way of life, man. This is just how we should be living. We should have order in our life. We should be planning. We should be using faith on a daily basis. I know manifestation and manifesting sounds like it sounds like a concept that's beyond the milk. But honestly, this is the most basic part that many of us are missing. It's hard to even it's hard for me to even wake up without planning, without having a direction. So a lot of us, we wake up on a daily basis and say, hey man, what's the direction? What does the Most High have in my life? What does He have planned for me? But a lot of times He already gave you the direction. You just failed to write it down. A lot of times He already gave you the direction. You just failed to remember. A lot of times He already gave you the direction, but every day you want a fresh direction. But if we start manifesting the proper way, we're gonna find out, we're gonna see how easy it is to use this power this power that the Most High has given us, man. We so powerful and we don't even know it, man. I know this works because it works for me. So if it worked for me, I know it can work for you. So right now it's really just time for us to stop being so passive and let's get active, man. Let's get active for the Abba, man. Let's get active out here. So let's get straight to it, man. What does manifesting mean, right? All right. So the definition of manifest: to make evident or certain by showing or displaying. So in common day terms, and when you see this happening in the real world, we see people manifesting. This is the example most people give. They'll say, man, a year ago, I said I was going to do X, Y, Z. I said I was going to be in this place in life. I was going to live in this city. I was going to drive this type of car. I was going to be doing, giving this away to the homeless or to charities. And I was going to be in this type of job. And then at the end of it, they'll say, it all came true. Look, I manifested it. I wrote it all down on my vision board. I put it on my wet board. Like a year later, they'll find a list and say, look at this list I made a long time ago. I did all these things on my list. I guess I manifested it. So, now is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Is manifesting good or bad? Is it biblical? I think it's beyond biblical. I believe it's beyond biblical. I know it's the way the world was created. So we're going to get into it, man. Let's get into it. All right. So we were made like God. So that means we have to operate like God. You're made like God, operate like God. We're looking at Genesis chapter 1, verse 27 through 28. So here we go. Verse 27. So God created man in His own image. In the image of God created He him. Male and female created He them. So that means that God made you in His image. What does that mean? That He made you in His likeness. That He made you similar to Him. So we were made in His image. So what does that mean? How far does this image go? If the Most High is so powerful, why aren't we at that powerful? Let's keep reading. Let's see how powerful we're supposed to be. Let's keep reading. Verse 28. And the Most High blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Now we got to look around and say, have we subdued the earth? Now I know some men have subdued the earth, but I'm asking you personally, have you subdued the earth? Is the earth under your control? Let's keep going. It says, and have dominion over the fish of the sea. Do you have dominion? Do you just have dominion in your life? Do you have dominion over the things that's happening in your life? Do you have control? Do you have authority over the things that are happening in your life? Or is your life just happening to you? See, when you manifest your life, you control your life, right? You control your life according to his will. Our goal is to be seeking his will. So this goes back always. I always go back to Proverbs, right? Where it says, a man's heart devises his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. A man's heart devises his way. So yes, you are supposed to have control of your life, but also you have to stay open. You have to stay flexible. You have to stay versatile enough. You have to stay malleable enough for the Most High to maneuver you and get you to where you really need to go. You got an idea, you got an inkling, but the end goal, only the Most High knows. So let's keep going. It says, and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So our goal here is to get us, before we get dominion over the whole earth, let's just get dominion over ourselves. Let's just get dominion over our circumstances. Let's just get dominion over our spirit. Let's just get dominion over our flesh. Do we have dominion over our flesh yet? So manifesting works against all those things, regarding all those things. So let's see. Now I said in the previous slide, we were made like God. Let's operate like God. So let's see how the Most High actually operated. Right? This slide says say it. So the first part of manifestation is you have to say it. You have to be verbal with your mouth. Why am I saying we need to say what the Most High has planned for us, or what we believe the Most High has planned for us, or what our heart has devised, right? A man's heart devises this way. So that means first you have to say it. Why am I saying you have to say it? Because the Most High said it. So now let's get it. Let's get Genesis chapter 1, verse 3 through 4. Verse 3, and the Most High said, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. So the Most High didn't just wake up and think light. He didn't just wake up and desire light kind of a little bit. It said he actually said it. He spoke it. He manifested it. He said it out loud. And then what happened? It took place. It manifested. It was there, right? So if we're made like God, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we manifesting light in our lives? Right? So if you don't say nothing and you just let light happen to you, we know that the devil is running the adversary is running this world right now. This world is filled with darkness. So it's up to you to speak light into your own life. Nobody's going to do it for you. They busy trying to find the light in their own. So it's up to you. It's up to you. You're very fortunate if you have a good grandmother, if you have good parents that's praying for you and trying to get these things done for you. Not everybody has that. So let's start now. Let's you start. Let's you start being the one that's praying for your grandmother, that's praying for your parents. Pray for them so that they can pray for you. So now, the only thing I'm saying is that, man, we just trying to, let's put some light in our lives, man. Devise your way. Let's get some light going in our lives, man. All right, let's get it. So the next step is to write it. So the first step was say it. The next step is write it. Man, why are you saying write it? I'm about to get it. John 1 through 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. So wait. The Word. So words were there in the beginning. Let's go back real quick. I ain't gonna go back yet. So it says, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Verse 2, the same was in the beginning with God. So now this word that they're talking about is Yeshua. It's Christ. This word is Yeshua. It's Christ. It's who the world calls Jesus, right? So that means that the word is words there in the beginning. And the Bible says it was written. And you think that everything you want to create in your life, you don't have to write it. But for some reason, the Most High spoke it and it was written and he wrote it. And the beginning was the Word. We got just think about it, man. Just take it in. Verse 2, the same was in the beginning with God. Verse 3, All things were made by him. So all things were made by what? By words. All things was made by the word, right? So I'm going to go back. Now it says, and God said, this is the operative word right here. He said, let there be light. He used words to create the word. It seemed deep, but it ain't even really that deep. We just not using all of our faculties. We just not using all the tools that we have available to ourselves. So once we get to going and get to speaking life into our life, speaking light into our life. Once we get to writing life into our life, we gonna start to see how close we are already to the Most High. We're gonna start to see, dang, the Most High did make me in His image. Look, I've been writing all my goals down. I've been ranking my goals. I've been writing them down. I wrote my yearly goal down. Then I wrote then I took those goals and I said I'm gonna do this in that month, and that became my monthly goals. And then I took those, and then I picked a couple goals each day from my monthly goals, and those became my daily goals. And now I look at this long list of stuff that I thought was impossible, that seemed impossible, and now look how far I come with the help of the Most High. All praise due to the Abba. He's great. He's wonderful. He's magnanimous. Thank you, Abba. Words can't even, it's ineffable. Words can't even describe how good the Abba is, right? So now let's keep going. The same was in the beginning with God. I'm in verse 2. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So all things were made by the word. So start making some stuff with your words. We're gonna get it. Verse 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Let's go back. It says, verse 4, and God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. This is talking about the same situation. So in the beginning was the word. Let's focus on them words, man. Let's say them. Let's write them. The next step, step 3. Step 3, we have to actually believe what we're saying. We actually have to believe what we're writing. This is crucial. This is crucial to get that power that we know is there already. So let's get Hebrews 11, 1 through 3. Verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. The evidence of things not seen. Wait. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. So we know substance is a material, right? But how can things that you hope for actually have a material, have a physical substance? You're just hoping for it, right? It's the evidence of things not seen. But what they're talking about is here. I'm going back to the definition of manifest. Manifest means to make evident. Let's go back. That word evidence right there. It says, that word evidence right there, it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So this is talking about manifestation. But for this to happen, you actually have to have true hope. You have to have true belief, right? Verse 2, for by his elders obtained a good report. For by it the elders obtained a good report. So that means that through faith, through hope, right? The elders got a good report from the Abba. Well done, my good and faithful servant, right? Verse 3, through faith, we understand the worlds were framed. So the worlds were structured, right? When you frame a house, you do what? You put the structure there. So if anybody telling you not to manifest, you got to take them to this verse. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God. So the worlds, plural, are structured and framed by the what? The word of God. So if God is speaking things into existence, why aren't you? You made in his image. It's because we got untapped power. So it says, I'm finishing up verse 3. So that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. So what was they made of? They was made of hope. They was made of hope. It's a whole slit experiment I can go into about how man's expectations influence the tiniest particles and influence photons, so that you can't even observe them in their natural state. But I'm not gonna get into all that, right? Because that really would be meat. It's gonna be another series called Lead the Bones. Eat the meat, lead the bones, right? So here we go. We have his power, but it's untapped. It's untapped. Philippians 4:6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto the Most High. So I got this verse here for people saying, man, the Most High already know my desires. He know what I want before I even pray for it. Now let's watch this. Let's see why it's being said in Philippians. Be careful for nothing. What this is saying is don't be overly cautious. Every time you want to step out, every time, I know this from firsthand experience, every time we want to step out for the Most High, you think about a person and what they will say and what they'll say. Shout out to Zion. We talk about this all the time. We think about a person and what they'll say and how they can potentially hate or not approve of what we're doing. So instead of stepping out, we have this fear and we become overly cautious because it's like, man, what they gonna think about what I'm doing? What if I'm not successful? So, hey, the Most High saying, don't be careful for anything. Be careful for nothing. But for everything that you're supposed to be careful for, it's right here say, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. So all the stuff that you would normally be careful for, just pray about it. You moving in the will of the Most High, right? Just pray about it, bro. But in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. So pray about it with overwhelming gratitude. So you making your request with the humbleness, with knowing that you're unworthy, but you still want to make your request known unto God. Why? Because when you make your request known unto God, the Most High knows that you're ready to receive it. He's not going to just send you something that he know you won't. You haven't even opened your mouth and said it. You're not even strong enough. You're not even confident in what you want enough to open your mouth and say it out loud, to speak it into existence to the Most High. It's not coming yet. So, hey, man, these are just tools that are supposed to be in our toolbox. I know it seems like this is something that's all metaphysical and all like beyond. And nah, man, this is basic stuff, bro. Watch this. Proverbs 18 and 20 through 21, right? We're going to start at verse 20. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. So I say, hey, whatever you speak, man, whatever you speak is what you will receive. That's what you're going to be filled with. It says that man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. When you're satisfied after dinner, oh, I'm full, y'all. I can't even, hey, I'm satisfied, bro. I can't even take no more. So now you got to say, hey, if your mouth is speaking life, wouldn't you want to be satisfied with this? Now, this whole chapter is really about how your mouth can get you into trouble, how your mouth can get you into bad situations and circumstances. So be careful when you speak on what you believe the Most High wants you to do. Right? So let's keep going. It says, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. So, hey, what's on your lips? What words are on your lips? You just have hate and envy all the time coming off your lip? What you got on your lip? You got positivity. You got gratitude. You got thanksgiving. You got thanks. Ain't that what you would rather be filled with than hate and envy? Come on, man. That's why music is important too. Cause why? Cause we recite in music. We it's like a mantra. Every day we wake up and sing this song. So what songs are we waking up and singing? You gotta think about it. Verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So this is what I'm talking about. Don't kill what the Most High has for you before it's even giving life, man. Don't be down to yourself. The crux of this thing is faith, man. It takes some faith for you to even write something down, man. Just by you writing it, you gotta envision it, right? So, hey, talk to yourself first. Ask the Abba what he want. Ask Abba what he want from you. And then once you listen, man. And then that's when next you need to go into, all right, Abba, this is what I'm hearing from you. And this is what I think I need. And if it's not what I need, Abba, please guide my steps. Please take from me. Please take whatever's bad away from me. Please give whatever's good to me. And that's how you live. You pray. You gotta ask with supplication. You gotta ask with humbleness. You gotta ask knowing you unworthy, but he still gave it to you. He still gave you life. And that's how we moving, man. But in order to do that, you have to plan it out, man. I'm telling you. If you say it, if you write it, don't write it and throw it away. Write it and keep it, right? Whenever you pray, meditate on the things God has given you. Meditate on the things the Spirit has given you. The Most High has given you. All right. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. I know what kind of fruit I want, man. I don't want no death fruit. Give me that fruit off the tree of life all day. Let's keep going, man. It's all right. Now, this is just an example here about, we supposed to be walking after Christ. And Yeshua, or who the world calls Jesus, he's trying to tell us the whole time, bro. Hey, man, you are much more powerful than you even know or can even fathom or even believe. Watch this, Matthew 17, verse 20. It says, and Jesus, or Yeshua, said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. Nothing shall be impossible unto you. So now I said, hey, man, if you just got the littlest, the tiniest bit of faith, I mean, pure faith. This is how we know we not operating with any faith. He just said, just step out, man. I'm going to direct your steps. Just take one step. You just got the smallest amount of faith to just even take that first step and then take the next step. Hey, I got you. I'm going to direct your steps. Say if you had just that little bit amount of faith, you can move a whole mountain. But even as I'm saying it, I know some of y'all that's listening thinking, man, ain't nobody never moved no mountain with their mind, bro. I read this before, man. I already know these verses, man. These verses, see, if you've been thinking that already, you know, you gotta have a faith correction, bro. You gotta have a faith correction. Because even though you're not trying to move a mountain, there is still a whole heap of issues, a whole heap of problems. There's a mound of problems going on in your life. And through you planning, through you writing stuff down, writing what you need to get achieved down, through you speaking what you need to get achieved down, you can knock those things out one by one. And they will no more be an issue to you. They will no more be a problem to you. But we got these problems and issues just sitting all around us because we're not planning to solve it. We're not speaking the solution into existence. And this is how easy it is. This is how easy it is, right? Let's say you wake up and you can't pray. Just sit there for half a second and envision yourself praying. Sit there for 10 seconds. Just envision yourself praying. Everybody just envision yourself praying for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Envision yourself in a praying position. 8. Envision yourself giving gratitude. 9. Envision yourself sending love and praises up to the Most High. 10. Now guess what? You don't even know it yet. You just prayed. I started off saying, if you having a problem praying, just envision yourself praying. If you envision something, you're going to automatically end up doing it. It's this easy. I make music, right? And sometimes when I can't, if I feel like I'm running, like the rest of the verse ain't coming to me and I'm running into what they call writer's block, I could just sit there for 5-10 seconds and envision myself writing and reciting the best song ever. And next thing you know, I'm up writing and making the best song ever for the Most High. The best song that I'm capable of making, right? Something that I believe will satisfy the Most High. It works just like that. If you can't, okay, so now let's just say it's a larger goal. There's a larger goal. Let's say you want to start a business. Envision that business. Sit there, 10 seconds, envision that business. Now, after you envision that business, write down what you envisioned. What did you see? What did you do? You in a chair? You got a suit on? You in the office? Okay, now you got to ask yourself, do I have an office? I don't got no office. Do I have a suit? I don't got no suit. Do I have a business? So now that's 3 things you know you need to get. Number 1, you need to get a business plan. What are the steps to making a business plan? Now you go on Google, you go on YouTube, and you find out how to make a business plan for whatever idea the Most High gave you. And you make a business plan. Right? The next thing you do, businessmen do what? They wear suits. You don't gotta wear a tie. They wear suits. Hey, I don't have no suit. All right. Well, what color was the suit you saw yourself wearing? Right? Say now go online and see how much it is to make that, how much that suit costs you. Well, how much does that color suit cost? You can start off with Macy's off the rack. You can find some stuff at Saks off Fifth, Nordstrom's rack. Right? So now that's two. Now, okay, let's say these suits cost $300. Okay, how many weeks until I can get me a business suit? Right? So now when you going, okay, you say, I ain't got no office. I ain't got no place of business. I don't got no place to run my business. Now, sit back and say, okay, what type of office did I envision? Ask the Most High. Think about it. Where do I see myself? And after you see yourself, write it down. Write down where you saw yourself. I saw myself on this part of town in a gray suit and this type of office. And I was running this type of business. Now write that down. Those are your yearly goals. Your goal for the year is to get the suit. Now you say, hey man, what month I think I'm gonna be able to afford that suit? It's gonna take me about, based on my money right now, it's gonna take me about 3 months. It's January now. All right. In March, that should be on your March monthly goals. So in March, you check your pockets. Tap your pocket. See how much you got in there. Can you get the suit yet? And even though that was your monthly goal, you also have to make a goal for saving so that you can get to that suit. Right? So now I said, man, what you need the suit for? Now what you're gonna do is you can say, I don't got the office yet, but I made my business plan and I got my suit. Now I'm going to put my suit on and walk down to the bank with my business plan and get me a business loan. Or I'm going to take my suit with my business plan and go look at some properties. I already got the capital. I don't even need the capital. The Most High been blessing me. I'm good. I don't even need to go get no loan. See, but everything has to be sound. Everything has to be in order. There were some steps to that business plan. Sit back and think about the business plan. What do I see in my business plan? What do you got for me? Oh, you want to be XYZ. Okay. What tools does the XYZ use? Get the cost of those down. Write those down. So by the end of the day, by the end of your prayer session, you should have the tools you need for your business. What tools do I need? What tools did I see? What tools did the Abba show me? You should have the tools for your business. You should have a potential business location. I don't know exactly where it's at, but this is how I look. You should have your I can't remember the code of dress. I guess I would call it the code of dress that's going to be in your business place. You got the beginnings to that because, hey, this is how I want people to dress at my place of business. Whether they're going to be wearing ethnic gear, it's a coffee shop, or there's anything, right? So this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you tap into that power that the Most High is giving you. And you just do one thing at a time and watch the Most High work. Now, on top of this, you can't just be living life any old way. You got to be tapped in. Tap in with the Abba, man. Tap in. This should be your main focus, man. Let go of anything that's in the gray. When I say something that's in the gray, something that's not black or right, or black or white in the law. Do you think it might be wrong? Let it go. You think it could be wrong, but you ain't sure. Hey, let it go. Why? Because you are tampering with your power level. If it is wrong, you don't have full power. And now you're moving with doubt, with uncertainty. You're moving as a lukewarm individual. I would rather that you are hot or cold. So you be sure if I'm with you or I'm not. So look at the end of this verse, Matthew 17:20. And nothing shall be impossible unto you. Hey, man, it's real, man. So this is the conclusion, man. Speak it. You have to speak it, verbalize it. Go out on your balcony. Go out in your backyard. Open a window. Say it out loud. Yell it. Speak it, right? Get you a number 2, write it. Get you a little whiteboard. Everything you speak and everything you saying, write it down and see how far you are away from it. And no matter how far you are away, the Most High is going to make a way. But you just have to take steps towards it. If the suit you want, let's say the suit you want costs $1,000. It's just going to take you a little bit more time. But at the same time, now you need to, hey, is there a way I can get this particular suit at a discounter? Is there a way I can find can I get this particular suit to like a size too big and then have somebody tailor it for me? I might find it for cheap, but it's just not my size. And then you get it tailored. It's ways to get it done, but the Most High will reveal those ways along the line. You just have to write it. Write it, and then when you wake up in the morning, look at it. Give the Most High some time. Give him your heart, right? Now, number 3, faith it. Faith it. The only way to show that you have faith is not by your words. You've been speaking it. You've been writing it. All right? He say, I will show you my faith by my works. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to get up and start moving towards it. You got to start saving. You got to start working. You got to start learning. You got to start writing your business plan. You got to start doing the things he needs you to do. That's the only way you can show the Most High faith. So this is what I mean by that. This is the only way you can show the Most High faith, through your actions. So remember when you was young, right? And somebody told you, let's say you hit somebody on the playground, and the parents came or the teachers came and they said, all right, Joseph, say sorry to Marcus, right? And, you start feeling bad and you say, sorry. You say it with a little attitude, with a little spice on it, sorry. And they say, no, say it like you mean it. And then everybody start looking down their nose at you and the pressure get on you because you really don't want to say it, but you end up saying it and then you say, sorry. You soften the heart a little bit and you say sorry, right? But do you mean it, right? Now, this is the only time you said it, right? And at that moment you meant it, but it was pressure from the teachers, pressure from your parents, whoever was over you, right? It was pressure. Now, this is how you know if you meant it. The next time you get the opportunity to trip this dude walking down the aisle or to hit this dude and get away with it, Are you going to hit this dude? And if you get up and hit this dude, or you stick your foot out and trip the dude walking down the aisle in class again, that means you weren't sorry the first time. Yeah, you said it, but you didn't mean it where? In your heart. And this is the same thing I'm talking about when it comes to manifesting. When you say it and you write it, you have to actually mean it and believe it in your heart. And how can you show God that you mean it or believe it? By action. How can you show your parents or the teachers that you were really sorry? By your actions, by not tripping that dude the next time he came down the aisle. If you trip him again, you didn't mean it. Your actions reflected that. Right? Let's just say you say, I'm sorry in the inside, but you stuck your foot out. So now, let's just say you believe it, but you kind of believe it. You ain't even 100% sure. The moment you take that faith, that step, even the moment you get the confidence to speak it and write it, and then you take that step, that's showing the Alba. And he's starting to believe. You know, it's like that time in the Matrix. I hate using movie references, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway. The time in the Matrix when Neo started fighting back against the agents a little bit. He's like, hey, what's going on? They read the data. They can't even see it. All they see is what? Numbers that they comprehended as data and words. So next thing, what Morpheus say? He said, hey, he started fighting back. He started going like toe to toe with him for half a second. Then he eventually got whooped. But what Morpheus said in the meantime, he said, hey, he's starting to believe. And that was the first that was the first sign, you know, okay, it's not a gimmick. Neo might be the real deal. So what I want the Most High to look at you. I want the Most High to look at me and say, hey, this dude's starting to go toe to toe with the demons. He started to go toe to toe with the big boys. He's starting to understand what it really means to believe, because that was the only thing that was holding Neo back, was his belief. He didn't even understand what power he had. But the catch is that we don't understand what power we have. And Neo was fighting to get to where? To get to Zion. And we are fighting to get to where? To get to Zion. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm not going to hold y'all no longer. We about to hit 38 minutes, man. I love y'all, man. I hope y'all getting it. I hope y'all not afraid to speak it, not afraid to write it, not afraid to faith it. Y'all keep it on y'all wetboard and see y'all accomplish it. Y'all write a date and feel proud, and then give the Most High thanks for everything he's doing for you in your life. So, all right, man, until next time, man, I love y'all. Shalom.